There are 3 sentences that, spoken together and meant, will do more for your authority gap than any communication training you have ever taken. This is your call. Here is the context I would consider. I will support whatever you decide. Most leaders can say the first sentence. Some can manage the second. Almost nobody means the third. These 3 sentences are the core of the delegation authority script. Each one matters, and the third is where authority gap leaders consistently fail. The script is not about delegation as time management. It is about delegation as an authority signal. When a leader delegates and holds the delegation, the organization experiences authority. When they delegate and revisit, the organization experiences a manager pretending to be a leader. That distinction is what makes this exercise the highest leverage authority behavior in the module. This is your call, transfers the decision formally, not what do you think, which retains the decision with you, not I would like your input, which positions your direct report as advisor. This is your call means you will not overrule the outcome. Here is the context I would consider provides your perspective without directing the decision. The distinction matters. The board is watching this closely, and the CFO has concerns about the timeline. That is context. I would push the timeline out by 2 weeks. That is direction wearing a context disguise. Context informs. Direction decides. When you provide direction disguised as context, the delegation is theater, and the team knows it is theater. I will support whatever you decide. This is the commitment that makes the delegation real, and this is where it breaks down. You delegate the decision. Your direct report makes a choice you would not have made, and then you revisit. Let us just talk through this one more time. I want to make sure we have considered everything. Actually, I have been thinking about it, and I have some concerns. Every revisit sends the same message. This was never your call. The word said transfer. The behavior said control. When you revisit a delegated decision, you teach the organization that delegation is performance, not policy. The team stops making real decisions because they know you will show up at the last minute with a better idea. And they are right. You probably do have a better idea. But having a better idea and exercising authority are different things. The leader who always has the better idea is proven competent. The leader who supports a good enough decision made by someone else is projecting authority. The organization needs the second one, and it will not get it until you stop offering the first. Consider a CTO who delegates a vendor selection decision to a VP of engineering. The VP chooses a vendor the CTO would not have chosen. The CTO's instinct is to revisit. Let us just review the evaluation criteria one more time. 2 paths from here. The revisit path, the team learns that delegation is theater. Next time, they wait for the CTO's preference before committing. Direct reports stop making real recommendations. They bring options and watch the CTO's face for which one to choose. The hold path, the team experiences a leader who trusts their judgment. The VP owns the outcome. The next decision comes faster because the team knows the delegation is real. The CTO's better judgment on this specific vendor matters less than the organizational signal of holding the delegation. This is the same pattern from the first video in this module. Expertise as identity versus authority as identity. When your identity is built on having the best answer, delegation feels like abandoning your value. The reframe. Your value at this level is not the answer. Your value is the team that produces answers. Delegating the task, but not the decision, is a common half measure. Go research the options and bring me a recommendation retains authority with you. True delegation transfers the decision itself. And the just checking in revisit, where leaders frame their override as collaborative, is worse than no delegation at all. The intent is collaborative. The signal is, I do not trust your judgment. The team experiences the signal, not the intent. Identify one decision in the next week that you would normally make yourself. It should be meaningful enough that your instinct is to keep it, but not so consequential that a suboptimal outcome creates genuine organizational risk. Delegate it using the 3-step script. This is your call. Here is the context I would consider. I will support whatever you decide. Then hold the delegation, even when you disagree with the outcome, unless the decision creates genuine organizational risk. Notice what happens to the team when they experience a leader who means it, and notice what happens in you when you let go of the answer. Restraint, position first, delegation. 3 behavioral shifts that target the authority gap from different angles. The question now is, how do you know if any of this is working? Not by feel, by data, because self-perception will not show you the shift. It never does. That is what the meeting contribution audit gives you.